Gotta be up for some work. Okay, first things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. Man, we got a lot of light pushing through that window. We need to bring one of the screens up here to start that sun killer. We need to bring that up here because that's a good shot right there for doing some testing right there. So I need to get my equipment up here right now. So bottom line is, as I said before, I told you just giving you an update. This is pretty much what we deal with. It's one of the things we have to deal with, unfortunately. I told you that every time we catch this guy and we bust him on doing something that he shouldn't be doing, faking a demonstration, the first thing he's going to do is he's going to switch over to doing any form of anything I say has nothing to do with screen paint. That's pretty much what he's going to do. He's going to switch over to gaming. He's going to switch over to firmware updates, trips, whatever, anything to keep him off that path. Because we've been asking him over and over and over again for these contrast levels. We've been asking, we want to see the contrast levels on your screens. You're doing these bright environment. Your apartment does have the ability to pull in a lot of light. As I can see by the video, I don't know why you won't do that contrast demonstration. Every time we've requested, this is the first thing he'll do. He'll go run and do a video on something else that has something to do completely different from what we asked him. Now, in this video right here, he showed a ton of light, proving that this apartment can take in a good amount of light. It can take in a very, very high amount of light. And with that being said, why didn't you do the contrast demonstration that you faked in the last two videos in that same environment instead of darkening those environments to make the screen look good? Now, we called you out again in this same video where you had all that light in the environment, how bright it was. Where is the contrast levels in that demonstration? I asked you that several times and you refused it. And every time we ask you this, you go change your topic. You go run tail. And this is here you are running tail again, changing the topic again to something else. Do the demonstrations, man. If you want to review other people's products and you want to claim that you're the last say, that you basically are the one that basically people are taking your expert opinion on how your product is supposed to perform, then what you need to do is you need to do those tests that are required of you to do. Instead of questioning everybody else's work on how they do their work, or question everybody else's performance, you need to go out and do your test properly on your product, instead of going out and trying to ridicule everybody else. See my technology here? This is the invisible technology we developed. It was developed about a couple of days ago. And this is a front and rear projection screen technology. It can take on a ton of ambient light. As you can see, we got a lot of light coming through my window here. We got light over top. Let me turn my lights on over top real quick. Turn my lights on over top. I can't talk about ambient light if my lights aren't even on in the video. So if you're going to talk about your product being able to do this and do that, and you're not showing us contrast levels, that means it clearly shows that your product can't produce contrast and can't produce color. Because every time we catch you in a video and we request this from you, the first thing you'll do is you'll run tail. You'll start changing the topic as fast as possible. Well, I got my stand right here. The next thing. We got a nice day outside. I do plan to be outside for a couple of video demonstrations for my customers, especially on that gamer screen. And we plan to do some demonstrations on this screen outside also too, which is that front and rear technology used for advertising and just about everything else you can use it for. But I just don't like the fact that how you're avoiding these contrast tests at all costs. Like, you're avoiding them. And your customers need to see those contrast levels on your screen. If you're claiming that your screen can produce these insane contrast levels, and you can pull these images up, you need to show it. Or tell the truth about your product and say, hey, look, my product cannot produce an image next to a black screen. It doesn't have the ability to turn a black screen dark, because we already proved that many times over and over again. You don't have that capability. But what we can prove on our end by having your product here is that your product cannot pull a decent contrast level or a decent amount of color. You just can't pull it off. And this is why when we catch you in these demonstrations doing fake and phony things and we out you for it, the first thing you do is you don't go back up your product. Now, when you did the demonstration against my product saying it's too dark to come up, I can show you demonstrations of customers. I can show you my screens downstairs. No problem, I can back it up. When we accuse you and say, hey, look, we see those contrast levels. Do you see any videos here of him posting any videos like here's my contrast levels in a fully lit environment. Here's my UV mix against another white surface. This is how it comes up. Nothing. And you got a nerd to be putting out videos like this, destroying black screen paint. You're not doing any damage at all. You can't even show your contrast levels. That's the sad part about it. I got a screen downstairs that's black and visible that's pulling up white and beautiful colors. And the first thing I told you, what he does, we know him so well. He'll only do contrast in the dark, bright colors with the lights on, and when it gets too hot for him, he can't handle it, he'll change the topic instead of coming in and backing up your work. You got a nerd to be doing videos like this. You need to stop this. You really do. But like I said, your product will be here soon. And for what you've been hiding from your customers and lying to them, we're going to expose. I've asked you multiple requests. Start for demonstration, start for demonstration, start for demonstration. Contrast levels, avoided at all costs. And then the first minute, you get busted, because you got busted in this video pretty bad. You don't think, he doesn't think. If you're going to be doing a demonstration and you're in a dark environment doing contrast, and your next video has more light than that previous video, then why didn't you do the contrast demonstration in that video right there? That's perfect right there. Plenty of light. Why didn't you do any contrast demonstrations? No, you got busted. You know how you got busted? Because a leather jacket came up and you can see the difference between that fake paint and your screen paint. And people can see exactly how your product came up washed out as it did over here. All that light. I'm gonna sit back here and eat my food while we go through this real quick. Sorry if you hear crunch in the background. It's like so many demonstrations, man. We're building a library on you right now. Literally. I got videos of you ducking and diving. Look at that light coming in. All this light pushing in. Oh, leave him alone. Are you saying leave him alone? Oh, this is coming from the individual. And I just want to say, what happened to leave him alone? Let me say. No, he's going to get what he deserves. We want to see that contrast. If you're going to press me on a meter, what's he crying? You coming to him protecting him? He said, leave him alone. Is he crying? This is business. It is business. Deal with it. We want to see the contrast levels. Forget leave him alone. We want to see the contrast levels. Bye-bye. Tell them to give them the contrast levels. Come back. We're going to put you in timeout. Now they crying. Now they crying. They crying about how, oh, leave him alone. I thought you said you was going to leave him alone. No, we want to see these contrast levels. You talk all this trash about how your product, we didn't delete him. He's in timeout. I need his what he just said. I need it right for the other video. You talk all this trash. You're the only person who develops the screen paint that talks this much trash about how your product is doing all this damage and is doing nothing. We have it here. We used to make this stuff 8 years ago. So I know how it works. There's nothing special about it. So don't start crying and running tail now to, oh, he's bullying me. Oh, this. No. You want to come out here and jump on everybody else's product. You want to misrepresent everybody else's work and treat people like trash and do whatever you want to do and showboat. And then when the heat gets on you, now you want to cry and whine about how you're being bullied. Deal with it. I'm not done with you yet. When I get finished with you on YouTube, I'm going to take you to court and I'm going to clean your freaking clock. I'm not done with you yet. You're going to learn how to respect other people. That's your problem. You learn to respect other people's product. People work hard when they build their companies up. They work hard. And you come in and you want to diminish your work to make your product look good. I want to see these contrast demonstrations. I'm sick and tired of you dodging these contract demonstrations. If you're saying your product does all this, what it's supposed to do, then show it. So let's go through your videos. We're going to whine and cry about how. And stop changing your accounts, please. You came here with so many different accounts, it's not even funny. So in the video, like I said, He's got a bad habit, and I'm gonna leave a bunch of links below showing you how this guy's making his own screen paint and giving it away for free and selling it. Making a product for free and then selling the same product. Demonstrations of another YouTuber who was disgusted by a review he did on the screen called Lux, how he called Crow a deceitful liar, how he couldn't be trusted. Demonstrations of his dark demonstrations where he's supposed to be putting a contrast level. That board should never be there in that video demonstration. What purpose does that board have in that demonstration? What for? Why would you have a board in the middle of your demonstration for what? What's the purpose of it? The board was there because he got busted in the last video where he caught himself doing a demonstration in a well-lit environment when the demonstration environment was dark. That's why the board was there. And if you're talking about you got the board there because of the door, it shouldn't be there either. That board should be nowhere in that video demonstration. What's the purpose of the board being there to begin with? It really has nothing to do with the screen. It shouldn't be in there. I'm going to turn on all these lights. Open up the windows. Let all this light come in. So if you're doing this demonstration, where's your contrast demonstration? Why did you skip it in this demonstration? What's the point of showing all this light if you're not going to show a contrast demonstration? Everybody knows that light gray screens can pull white levels. That's a no-brainer. You have to do the very opposite of what your product is designed not to do. Like when we do black screens and you watch me go out there and put white sheet of paper, white sheet of paper, white sheet of paper, certified screen, certified screen, certified screen. Black screens are not supposed to pull up high white levels like that, but we can show our technology doing that. In your demonstrations, I don't see you doing anything like that whatsoever. And then when we put that pressure on you, which we did today again, because you did this dumb video over here, the first thing you do is you start doing a demonstration on some other product. Man, and you talking about you put an end to black paint? Your product was eliminated many years ago. Oh, I got you. Here we go. Reset. So let's go back again. There's a leather jacket. Right there in that split spot, right there. A little bit more. Right there. Perfect example. Of your product failing right on camera. You see the detail in that jacket? Even with that fake black paint you got, that fake black paint can show the detail in that leather jacket. In that background that your screen is clearly missing. I watched your video demonstration. You kept it on mainly TV shows. That's what you did. You didn't do any contrast demonstrations. You didn't do any of the saturated 4K, LG, and Philips and those demonstrations. Those demonstrations have contrast in them. A lot of contrast. Because those demonstrations were set up for OLED TVs, for darker screens. So you were going to come across some contrast levels sooner or later if you did one of those demonstrations. That's why you stuck to the TV commercials, with the TV commercials and stuff like that. Wouldn't give you too much contrast levels. So you have to pick and choose what you use. So, sorry to leave it on camera, people. It's the first thing to eat all day. I'm starving. But anyway, you can clearly see here in the leather jacket, your screen has washed out completely. There's a big difference between this right here and this right here. And then you got caught on it, and you got busted, because you titled your video, you destroyed black screen paints. No, you didn't. That looks like a very good screen right there. Not as good as it should be, but it's basically pulling up a better contrast up and more detail than your screen. I'm gonna let that sit right there. Y'all can stare at that for a minute. We're not taking this up in the bag of chips. And you can look how he has titled CROW1176 How CROW's projection screen paint killed black paint. Yeah, you're doing a lot of killing right there. I'll be out. I'm back. I think me at the back of Christmas starving. Here you go. Title on your video, perfect. How you kill black paint. Not even close, bro. Even that washed out fake stuff you got is better than your product. So somebody had a nerve a few minutes ago. They're coming to the channel. I thought you said you was going to leave him alone. What's he crying about? Do the test. Do what you're supposed to do. Stop faking these demonstrations. Because every time you fake one of these demonstrations, we're going to add it to a link. And we're going to put it at the bottom of every page. For every demonstration we do against you. You're the one doing these fake demonstrations. You're the one with to call everybody's product out as being this, that, and the other. You're supposed to have the most superior product around. Then prove it. You want another challenge outside? I'll give you another challenge outside. I gave him a challenge where we took that dark screen paint in the next room. We did a white snowstorm in one, 2 projectors. A white snowstorm on the other one, and a star field on the top. So we were displaying white levels and black levels at the same time. Asked you to do the same demonstration. Never done it. You can display the white levels. You can't display the contrast levels. Meanwhile, you title your videos like this. But your products look like this. I'm going to request you outside again today against sun killer technology. Direct hit from the sun. And see if your product pulls up. Next time you'll learn a lesson that next time you want to challenge me on some dumb, stupid meter nonsense, you be careful not to open up that Pandora's box. You bit off a lot more than you can chew. My technology is not on your level. You're not on my technology level at all. No way whatsoever. You're not close to any of my tests or things we design on a day-to-day basis. I don't know where you get this from. I don't know what was going through your mind when you was thinking you were going to talk about meters. You know how much light my environment eats up? The fact that we have screens that are now taking in direct sunlight hits, and you want to talk about meters? Are you kidding me? I mean, you're making this mess. These rush, not even well-made videos. Look at this. Yeah, I broke down your video, caught your screen doing this. So, like I said, when he was doing the demonstrations, I guess he didn't expect for this to pop up. Like, he didn't expect for that window still to be showing light at the bottom to pop up. Or he didn't expect for me to figure out that you were sitting that close to a screen when you were trying to display a contrast level on a Sony 4K demonstration. That you know your screen's a light gray, right? So if you have any light in the environment, that screen's going to come up really light. It's going to give off a luminous kind of light off the screen reflecting. So in order for it to match perfectly on where you were standing at, you literally would have to be in the dark to do it. And I debunked that theory. Now, the only thing you have of mine is that you try to use, and it doesn't work, by saying, oh, our screen comes up too dark. That's kind of hard to do, especially when we have customers and contracts out there that are showing off the screens. That's a little hard to do. So that means everybody else's screens are coming up perfectly. You're the only one. That kind of doesn't make you look too good, especially from the door when you lie about your products being something more than nothing but black and white paint at the end of the day. So your credibility is done. Forget that. That is freaking embarrassing. Look how well that fake black paint came out next to your product. Look at the detail on that. And that's why when he did the demonstration, if you notice, he didn't do any OLEDs. He didn't do any form of 4K, like AKI and all those other channels. You know why? Because those channels are saturated with contrast levels. For displaying off OLED TVs and darker LCD monitors, that's what they're designed for. He can't display in his videos in that well-lit environment. He's got to stick to commercials and TV shows. Something that's not going to require to have those kind of enhancement of colors in them to make the screen pop. So when you're dealing with, people have to understand, when you're dealing with those videos that pop up, those videos they have heavy contrast levels in them because they're used for displays. They're demo displays for these high-end TVs. And if you take a light gray screen and you stick one of them on there, and what happens if you have the full environment, your colors and everything are going to fade twice as fast because it's designed to be shown off a black surface. CROW. That's what they're designed for. Dark black surfaces, not gray. And that's why you stuck to the TV shows, because it's more of a bland, washed out image, and it's not really going to disrupt your picture quality too much. I know all this stuff already. And that's how your image actually comes up. And even that fake black paint that you have in that container is pulling a better contrast level than your screen. But yet, in your title, how CROW projection screen mix killed black paint. Look at the irony in that right there. Ugh, that's bad. Oh, you forget, we have your product over here, right? Your real product. We have over here, we got unboxes and everything on it, so we know how it reacts. Sorry about the crunching, people. I haven't eaten anything like that. I'm gonna let y'all stare at that. I gotta take care of something real quick. Man, sorry about that. I was talking to my next door neighbor about something. Before I was on the stream. My bad. Sorry about that. Oh man, this is funny. You know, this jacket pulled up on this video. Better than screen paint. Let's see. Where did I mark it at? I marked it at 321. I'm gonna mark it on 321 on here. Put the numbers up there, so y'all wanna find it, y'all can find it. 321. So you don't hear me. The thing about it is funny. When he has these little Q&As, we don't go on his channels and watch his Q&As. For what? He comes in here, they come in here. Crows come in here. Y'all come in here and watch what I do. I don't go in there and watch y'all at all, period. I ain't got no interest. I got too much to do. But y'all come in here and watch what I do. We don't go in there and leave comments. You ever see people go in there and leaving comments on there? No, nobody's leaving comments. We don't bother with y'all like that. Y'all come in here and talk trash. And then I embarrass you like this. This kind of stuff I show you. It's the product that you're backing. Look at how bad it looks. And that's on that fake paint that he made. That fake paint was able to pull better contrast in his screen. And now he got busted. What is he doing? I told you. I told you from the door. When Crow gets caught doing something stupid, the first thing he does is he changes the topic. It might be about Destiny video games. It might be about him going to a cookie party. It could be about him updating firmware. But whatever it is, he's not going to come back in and back his product. Now, like I said, I can back that product all day. I'm not probably doing that. What we got to do is say, hey, Crow, let's go outside and let's do a snow level and contrast level at the same time. He ain't showing up for that. Even if it's snow in it, he ain't contrast going for that because he can't pull that level. So we got at 321. I'm going to put the time there. So you don't got to go through, I want to do clicking over and over again. You can just click on that 321, boom, and you can see it right from there. And right now he has the top that he got a title that he is killing the competition. That's killing the competition, Crow? Really? That kind of looks like the equivalence of somebody trying to walk through a landmine field with magnetic boots. Boom. So all this light you have here, you could have used that in the demonstration when you were showing the contrast screens. Why didn't you use this light in the contrast demonstration, knowing that your apartment could get that bright? I don't get it. Why do you have a board near your sofa? What's that even there for? Who has a board in the middle of it? Oh yeah, I'm gonna do a demonstration tomorrow. I'm gonna stick a board right there along the side and get, got it. Let me tell you something, when people do videos like this, to you Crow fans, so you can notice from the door, he takes y'all as idiots, sheep. That's what you are. Because anybody's going to put together a video like this, no real presentation, no form of strategy or anything behind the back of it. He doesn't even explain his items properly. And they're going to throw anything at you. They figure they can sell you anything they want, and you will buy it. Especially after we exposed them making a black and white paint. Why is it even there? Are you blocking door light too? Ain't much to block on the door light when you look at it. Ain't much coming through your door. Where was all this light? Where was this light at when you did the video demonstration in the dark? Blocking light right here. I'm trying to show how much light he has on the ceiling. Remember what I said in the video, if you can't show the back of that wall's not lit up. That means your screen can't produce that image. CROW, understand this. When I make a statement like that, it means contrast levels too. See, we call them Captain Corner Cutter. Just because I make a statement by saying, yeah, the walls have to be exposed, just all that light has to be there. But only has to be there, you have to show off your contrast levels in that environment too. You can't just exclude it to certain images like bright colors, knowing they're going to suffer less fading. You have to display everything. And that's what you avoid, you don't want to do. All that light in the environment. And that screen produced a better contrast up than your screen. Hold on a minute. Yeah, there. Oh, there's his reviews. Doing his reviews. You need to do that. You need to skip doing these reviews. Start running. On your page, you're watching, you run. You just did this video right now. Now he just uploaded this one 2 hours ago. Do your demonstrations on your contrast levels. Today, we are waiting. Instead of you doing these reviews, I'm getting the 1500 lumen. Who cares what you're buying? I couldn't care what you're buying. Do the demonstrations. Swap this video. Do the demonstration on contrast today. Show your contrast levels on your screen. And do it in that same environment you had it in. Because it's getting sad, man. It is really getting sad. I'm on your channel right now. I'm watching your videos pop in. That just popped in 2 hours ago. Where's your demonstrations at? All right, then. We're just going to keep on going on you on this one till you get this done right. Man, it's sad, man. It's sad. You're watching this. This is sad. I watch this guy go into his channel, delete videos, put them back in, delete videos, put them back in, get caught busted doing something. Somebody need to expose you. You've been doing too much dirt for too long. Look how dark that environment is compared to the environment you just saw. I'm going to bring up my Sony VPO FA30s. We're going to do them side by side. You're going to watch one where he has the lights on and one where he has the lights off. We're going to put them side by side. We're going to do that today. That's what the board was for. And he tried to explain it in the last video why he had it while it was there. Well, we know what was there. He had it there because he was blocking that light. That's what you was doing. We got to get this one time too. There we go. Perfect time right there. Perfect time. Why is your apartment that dark when you just did it when you did it the day after that in a nice bright environment? Why is it that dark, CROW? Look at that. That's the reason why the board was there. The board was there to block the remaining light that the blinds couldn't cover. That's why the board was there. And then you try to bring the board back into the other video that had all this light and try to explain why the board was actually there. Why would you even need a board there? Do you ever had a board there begin with any of your demonstrations? I don't remember you ever bringing out a piece of wood and sticking it across your living room. So what would be the purpose of the board being there for a video demonstration? But only it had to be there for the time being due to the fact that he needed something to block the light coming through. Let me tell you something, CROWers, don't get mad. It is what it is. Your video guy, it is what it is. He's cheating his demonstrations, you know. And you know what makes it even funnier? It makes it funnier that the fact that it makes you look like a complete idiot because you are defending someone who is scamming you. That's why it makes you look. I hate to call people idiots, I do. But the guy clearly showed a video of him actually making black and white paint. And you defend that. So where does that put your IQ level at? Doesn't put you exactly on top of the totem pole, I'll say that much. Doesn't even put you at the bottom of it. The evidence is right there. Anytime you come in to watch any of my demonstrations, my backgrounds never ever change. If we're in the light, we're in the light. That's how it is. If anything, more gets added to it. That's why the board was there to begin with. There's no reason why that board would ever need to be there in that environment. What is it for? Because if you look at the window sill up close, you will notice that there is some peekaboo light pushing through. And that light is in direct line with his bottom of his screen. And that's what the board is for. It's not for the door, because in the other one, he had the door open, and this one, the door is closed. So it's not for the door. Because he can't have that much ambient light in the environment because the screen's going to wash out. The problem with CROW is coming on here claiming that his product is doing something that it can't do. Look how much darker the environment is. Now, why didn't you show this video and the other demonstration that you did? Oh, but we don't do this demonstration. We don't do this video right here at all, period. See how dark that environment is. We don't do that. No, period. Captain Corner Cutter. We call you No Show Crow. When we go outside, we call you Captain Corner Cutter. Because that's what you do. Now compared to all the light we got. Look at that man's apartment in the background. Look how bright their apartments are in the background. Really, seriously. Now look at the difference here. So why didn't you do that LG demonstration in this environment? What's the difference? He got multiple accounts. He can come in the room and talk. Bring CROW in the room right now. Somebody go get him. Bring him in the room. I'm gonna ask him what's going on with these videos. Why is he doing this in these videos? Somebody get him and bring him in. Bring him in. This is pathetic. And you're gonna explain the board now. What the board's for. We know what the board was for. So what's the point of opening up the door if the board's there to begin with? If you didn't have the door open to begin with when you started the video with the board. What would be the point of that? All right, here's another one for you. Let's go back a little farther than that. Let's go back to where he was sitting up on top of the screen. Who sits that close to a freaking screen? Let me ask you a question. You're gonna buy a car from Craigslist, right? You're about to go buy a car from Craigslist. And the guy who's showing you the car in the video, he's sitting right up on top of the car. You can't even see the whole spectrum of the car, nothing. You just see this keyhole, that's all you see. Would you put money and buy that car? No, you wouldn't buy that car at all. Look at him, look, he's ranting. Look at now, he's ranting now. See him over here? Ken Bird is done. Yeah, whatever. You need to do a better job. Don't worry about me being done. Go do your demonstrations like you're supposed to do. Stop making fake videos. Let's go over here real quick. Done for what? Please, give me, you're a joke. Your product is a joke. That's why you're not doing anything to back up your product at all, period. All them challenges we gave, you didn't even do any of them at all, period. Not once done in here. Please. I see you take a lot of pictures of me right here. You must have a crush on me. Look, picture here, picture here. My goodness, man. Really, seriously? Man, that's a weirdo. All right. What's the best we got here? You get the flock of crows more like a flock of pigeons. Yeah. Back up your work. Another picture of me. You obsessed with me, man. That's another picture. I wonder if I got another picture of me in here. Up another picture. You definitely obsessed. Look at you. That's a shame. But yeah, honestly, none of the challenges done. None of them. Not one, not one, not one, not one, not one, not one. Another picture of me. Oh, you definitely got a crush on me. You need to worry about going into court, buddy boy. That's what you need to worry about. You are definitely done. You're going to have to back up in court that my product comes up that dark. I got people got contracts under my company that will come into court and testify against you. So you better have your eggs in order, because I'm suing you for $250,000. That's what I'm asking for my attorneys. I don't care if you ain't got the money or not. You're going to get slapped with that lien. Anything you own belongs to me now. You're going to have to prove in that court of law that my product comes up that dark. On top of that, tampering with my copyrights without my permission, altering and changing my work without my permission. You got to deal with the Copyright Patent Office on that, and they got a different set of rules. You can get up to 10 years in jail for messing with them copyrights. So you need to worry about that. That's what you need to be worried about. Talking about somebody done, you need to worry about it. You ain't got to, mind you, Crow, you're married. You know what happens when you get hit with a lawsuit when you're married? The other party gets it too. Yeah, it gets brutal. And you might even get a little jail time. I might request some jail time in there. You need to spend some time in Section 8. And sub-block H up in there. You need to spend some time up in there. You need some reality. Leave people's stuff alone. Stop tampering with people's stuff. And when somebody starts tightening the screws on you, the first thing you do is you start crying and whining and running. Make a little bit, oh, you're done, you're done. Big deal, who cares? You're going to court, buddy boy. I'm going to clean your clock. And by the way, get that fake freaking attorney to contact me, because we've been waiting for that attorney to contact me. He hasn't contacted me yet. On camera, faking lawyers. A child. You are a child. Online, faking an attorney. Get your attorney to contact us today. Man. He talking about you're done. Yeah, sure. You better be able to have a good lawyer when we go into court, because not, buddy boy, if you can't prove that my product comes up like that, and like I said, I got contract people that will come in that are working with my product that will testify against you. And if you can't beat that case, you are sued, buddy. Sued. Which means I'm going to ask the judge is going to put a judgment on you, which means they're going to ask you, like, say you got to pay me $5,000 a week. If you can't pay that money and you miss them payments, I can go into the sheriff's department and say, look, this guy owes me money. I got a judgment against him. I want you to auction off his stuff. Sheriff's department will come and execute a judgment on your property, on your stuff, and start selling your stuff off. But you can go, oh, I'm going to take you to court and I'm going to sue you because you said my product was black and white paint. It is black and white paint, because I got a video of you of making it out of black and white paint and calling it the Metallica mix, which is the same product I bought. I ought to sue you for fraud. There's a fake lawyer right there. That's the video he shot. He said that he had a lawyer that he talked to discuss this, said that on camera, the lawyer never showed his face, but he stated that I didn't have a case. So where's the lawyer at? What law firm does he work for? You get none of that information out, period. First things first, I work with lawyers. No lawyer in his right mind is going to meet you in his backyard, especially when he's representing a law firm. Because, he's representing a law firm, okay? You know how that works? So he's not going to meet you in his backyard. He's not going to put his stuff even on tape. He's not going to jeopardize his 15 or whatever years it took for him to actually get to pass the bar in order to become a lawyer to begin with. He's going to get his license suspended for some dumb nonsense like that. He's going to have you meet him in his office on an appointment. And you're going to talk about whatever evidence you have against me. That's what you're going to be able to use. Everything else is especially going to be hearsay, because the judge ain't going to have it when you go to court. If you ain't got no evidence backing it up, it's hearsay. That's how it works in the common law. So when you go in there and meet with that attorney, you're going to talk, blah, 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 blah. Nothing's going to be recorded. Nothing's going to be on camera. Nothing at all, period. When you get done and they decide to take your case, you sign them documents and you start forking over that cash. So you can basically pay for that retainer. Other than that, ain't none of that to begin with. So that's a lie. And then when I showed you my documents, yeah, those are real attorneys right there that contacted you. And so keep in mind that cease and desist, or whatever you guys want to call it, you know what those are for? That's a warning. That's a warning that shows the judge that we took the effort to go out and talk to this person to explain to him what is going to happen to him. And regardless, he did not listen and did what he wanted to do anyway. And that gives him ground rights to basically open up a lawsuit against him and file the lawsuit and sue him. There you go. So you just basically just set yourself up for a lawsuit. Now you thought that because you walk into a Home Depot with my product, that's not violating my copyright. Yeah, it's violating my copyright. And also to the Instagram account that you designed, altering 13 times my my logo without my permission. That's my art that I paid for. That's my art that I registered with the U.S. government. Never gave you permission to go in and alter my work in any way whatsoever. You did that 13 times. You know how many times I can get you for each time? It's a violation for each time you touch the copyright. Now, you might get jail time on this because you did it too many times. There you go. And then starting this rumor of trying to convince people that my product comes up so black that you can't see it, and they call me scammer and all that stuff like that. If you can't support those claims, buddy boy, you're getting sued. That's a reality check for you. So, yeah, buddy, you can find yourself out in the street. You can find yourself homeless. You can lose everything you have over something stupid instead of you minding your own business and working on your own craft. You wouldn't be in this situation to begin with. Now, I can easily come out there and say your product is black and white paint because I have a video of you making your product out of black and white paint. I can back it up. And none of your stuff is registered anyway. We checked all that. But this man's obsessed with me. So many times he took my picture right here. Look at it right here. Here, he's obsessed. Right there. Right there. Yeah, I think you got a crush on me. You got all these pictures up in here on me. All these pictures up on me. Look, and he just putting out his videos one by one. You're done. Ken, you're done. Yeah, okay. Whatever, boy. You better get ready for court. That's what I'm going to say. Reality is going to get really, really close to you, my man. I told you, when you see my face, you'll see me with my attorneys in court. It's going to get real, real, real close to you. Because you're going to have to explain to the judge all those crazy theories about how I'm faking demonstrations by using, and then keep in mind, people, can you imagine him in court telling the judge that I'm using special mirrors and cameras to manipulate real time? You're messing around, they're going to 302 you and stick you up in one of them rooms up in Byberry, and you're going to be up there trying to figure out how things work. So they're not supporting none of that nonsense. Whatever theories that you have, they don't support it. It's hearsay. You have to have hardcore evidence showing that my product is doing this in front of witnesses. And if you can't support that claim, you can't support it, then you're going to be hit with the lawsuit and all the court costs that come along with it. So that's what you need to get ready. Get yourself a real lawyer. Don't get them whatever backyard, whatever you guys probably got the guy from Craigslist, whatever nonsense that is, and get yourself a real attorney to read through that paperwork we sent to you. But you already messed up already, so you did exactly what we need you to do. You ignored the order, and that was an order from a lawyer, and you ignored it and did what you wanted to do. So now we can go to court and like, Your Honor, yeah, we sent this out to Jamie Fernando. We sent this letter out to him. You know, the lawyer testified. Yeah, we sent it out to him. We told him blah, blah, blah. He's going to be lawsuit if he carried on. So he kept on, and he ignored it. He did what he wanted to do, Your Honor. He continued to play this game with Mr. Bird. And they're going to ask you, do you have anything to support your claim that my product is coming out this dark? Mr. Bird, do you have witnesses? Yes, we do have witnesses. We have witnesses that use our product, that are contracted under our company's name, that use our products. And those witnesses will be called upon. They'll be asked upon how about the product and so on and so forth. And they'll look at the video demonstrations, live video demonstrations of our test technology being painted in. And if you can't back any of that up, you will lose. And if you say, I don't have $250,000, it doesn't make a difference. I know you ain't got that kind of money. It's the lien is what I want. You know what happens when you get slapped with a $250,000 lien? Liens have interest. They collect. Down through time, they keep accumulating, which means you won't get a house. No cars, all that. Your credit's gone. That's all destroyed. They'll garnish your income tax. That's gone. You own anything, if I decide to get a sheriff's department involved into it, I can have them come to your house and I can have them take all your stuff out of your house and sell everything off if I choose to. I don't think it has to come down to that. As ignorant as you are, I don't think it has to come down to that. I think that's going too far, stripping a man of everything he has and leaving him with nothing. But you will pay me money. You will. And that money will go to charity. It won't go to me. It will go straight to charity. You'll be paying out to somebody who needs it better, more than me than you. But I won't strip you of your stuff. I think that's going too far. Even though you deserve it, and you do deserve it. You do. You deserve it. But I'm not going to do that. Better be lucky that I'm a Christian, because if I wasn't, this can go so many different ways, it's not even funny, my man. I would strip everything from you. You would have nothing when I get done with you. But I'm going to show you some mercy. I'm going to sue you. That I'm going to do. But I'm not going to take everything from you. But you will pay out money to charity. And that's what I'm going to request from the judge, that you pay a certain amount of money every month to charity. The charities we choose. And that'll teach you a lesson. All right, people, we're done here. Let him continue on with his little rant, because we know he's not going to back anything up. Like I said, if someone's going to call me out on my product, you sure enough can bet 100% I will be out there proving what my technology can do, hands down. We call him out. What does he do? He starts ranting about this, that, and the other, and whatever dumb nonsense. So now you know where he lays at, where his head really clicks at. I got to get back to work. I got a screen downstairs I got to finish, and I got another person I got to call. Crow, we're not going to request you anymore to do any more demonstrations or no more tests because, as you can see, you can't handle the pressure. And therefore, we're going to leave you be for a while until you start running your mouth. You keep your mouth quiet. You work on your craft and do whatever you do that you do. But if you run your mouth again, we'll have your product down here again and we'll squeeze you again and you'll go through the same pressure you went through a few minutes ago. Don't mess with me, man. I've been in business for a long time. I know the field. I know how to handle it. You're playing with the wrong person. Do your business. Mind your own business. Stay in your backyard. And I'll see you in court. Gotta go, people. Love you all. Don't mess with me, man.